Hey y'all, it's Margot from Just Living Life YouTube channel. And today I am doing what was supposed to be the second half of my video. The first part, I have no idea what happened to it. It was where I showed, let me back up just a hair. I am doing this as part of a collaborative effort with Britton Farms Homestead. They did a video recently and they invited everybody that wanted to collaborate with them on showing videos about preserving their food, so we can have all these videos in one place if we want to catch up with them, not just scattered here and there. We can enjoy all of our friends and other YouTube mates, I reckon you would say, YouTube friends, what they're doing, and share it with everybody else, but all in one place. It's just a collaboration, and I am proud to put my video up to share with them and with all of you. The first part of the video was supposed to be to show you, and I should have one little bit before this talking about it. And the hashtag for this video is Together We Preserve. Was when I cut up the apples and I showed you that I put them in my dehydrator. These are my dehydrated apples. I took all the air out of the bag that I could, and they are like apple chips. They are very crunchy. I don't know if you can hear these or not. And then the crunch. And they're crunchy. And they are very good. I have a hard time eating them right now, but my grandson loves apple chips, and he will devour them once he sees them. The other half of the video that I was going to do as part of this collaboration is showing you how I go about preserving seeds from my garden. I didn't have a very big garden this year. We had a whole lot of other things going, and I just didn't have the time to be able to put to a garden and then preserving afterwards. And plus, on top of that, I do have a lot of preserves from last year. I over abundantly grew tomatoes last year, and on top of that, we bought quite a few cases of tomatoes from a local greenhouse, farmer, grower. They do grow hydroponically, and they were wonderful tomatoes. So I have tons and tons of tomatoes. We made tons of sweet pickles and dill pickles. So I have a lot already still preserved. So next year will probably be the year that we do the boosting everything back up again. Plus, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be on our forever property by then. We're still looking. Several acres, 5, 10 acres, give or take, or more. Preferably with a well or something on it. If y'all know of anything, it has to be mostly flat land. Maybe 5 acres extra with it, because hubby wants a cow just to raise 1 or 2 cows. So we're going to be doing the preserving, and I don't know, I may get cut off with y'all, and if I do, I will charge my battery and I'll be right back. I wanted to show you how some of these seeds I had already dried. I put them on wax paper and I have gloves on because some of them were pepper seeds, and I made a mistake last time and touched them. Now this is from a very small greenish black pepper. I believe this is one of the hot ones, and I just place them on my wax paper, and then I fold it up, and then I put them in my back porch area. It's very warm back there, at least right now it is, and I leave them back there like this till they dry. Now for me, the reason why I leave often one of the vegetable that, or part of the vegetable that I took the seeds out of, is because I want to remind myself, if I don't write on them, what kind of seeds they came from, what kind of pepper they came from, what kind of fruit or vegetable. These are all dry, ready to go in my small seed packets, and as you can tell, I have quite a few here. I have tomato seeds, I have Brad's Atomic Grape tomato seeds, I have watermelon seeds, lots of pepper seeds, just lots of seeds that I have chosen to dry to preserve. Alright, now let me show you. All I do is I take a piece of wax paper, fold it out. Just depends on how many seeds you're doing, how many vegetables you plan on taking to put on this particular piece of paper. It could be bigger, smaller. And here I have one of my, this actually is orange, if you can see it, it's the orange pepper. And I will cut the top off, go around it. See here if you can see this. And I'll flip that part over, and then I will take and go around it. Can you see that? Go around and go all the way around, and then I will pop it out onto my board, and then just so that I'm preserving the pepper as well, so I can remember what kind of pepper I pulled it from, because for the life of me I cannot find my permanent black marker. I guess I'm going to have to find another one. And I just... Good morning, y'all. It's Margo from Just Living Life. I wanted to come back, and I was going to finish my video for y'all on the preserving of, showing you about how I preserve my seeds from my vegetables. And then I ended up finding a surprise. I went looking for my paper, wax paper, and I thought it was on top of my fridge, and these bananas were too ripe. So these are going into my freezer. But I also have another batch of them, which is about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which I am going to put in my dehydrator. So that is going to be an added bonus to add with this video. You will be able to see at the end product of these bananas, both being frozen, because I like to take them and mix them up in the blender and add chocolate or strawberries, and it's an excellent replacement for ice cream. It really is. So you can really hardly tell, or not tell at all, the flavor of the banana. It makes it really creamy, really cold, and if it starts melting too much while you're making it, stick it back in the freezer, and let it freeze a little bit more, and it's really good. And I wanted to bring you along with me while I was brewing my coffee and got laundry going. Got all kinds of noises going this morning. So I could show you a little bit more about what I'm doing. Now here, let's see. All I'm going to be doing for these is cutting them into slices. I don't know if you can see that. Not too thick, but thick. It's the first time I've done bananas in my dehydrator, so we're going to see how this works. And I am going to have at least another 8 more to go, so you can see the layers of my bananas. And then I'm simply going to place them, if I can move my camera enough without the banana on me, on my dehydrator. The layers in my dehydrator. Like that. Nothing fancy, just put them on there, and then when I get done with them, I will show you when I get my dehydrator started, like I did with my apple chips, and let it go. But the next thing I'm going to do with this video today is continue to finish showing you what I do with saving my seeds from vegetables in my garden. That, like this year, I had a very, very small garden, and it was only front yard garden. There wasn't a whole lot that I got from it, so I decided to seed save what I got from it on the most part, other than some of the tomatoes, and even some of those I'm going to use as seed saving. And that way I have the same vegetables from this year that I planted that I'll be able to put into a bigger garden for next year, hopefully. And I don't think these are too close. That looked like it was a good bite. And from there, I will just finish cutting up the bananas, and then I'll place it in my dehydrator and show y'all once I get it going. Alright, well, we're going to try this again. I'm trying to do it where y'all can see it, because this one here is so very tiny. I may end up having to try another one, because you're not going to be able to see this very well. But you cut it open. And for me, I will leave the pepper itself with it, and it will dry with it, so I will be able to remember and put the name on the little baggies that I put the seeds in. I put them on my back porch because it's like sticking them in the refrigerator in the winter, because it gets very, very cold back there. Hence me having to use heaters sometimes in parts of it in order to keep my plants going. So there you can see I have the seeds there, and for this one I'll simply lay it down like that, and I will fold it over from the sides so they won't fall. Alright, so I can see this video is going to have a lot of editing going on with interruptions and everything else, but that's life, right? So we will fold on the back side and the front side, so that way the seeds won't come out on either end. And then I will take this and I will put it on my back porch. I'll lay it on something flat, just like I did with all the rest of the seeds that I have already been allowing to dry. These here are still drying. They're one of the small red peppers, but they are most of the way dry. The pepper itself is not all the way dry, so I will leave them out there until the pepper itself and the seeds dry, and then I will figure out what kind of seeds they are, just to I will figure out what kind of seeds they are just to know what they are, so I can put the names on the packaging. So that's the gist of it. I take and cut them and then put them on my parchment or wax paper, and then I will place them in an area where they will get air so they can dry. And then after they do that, then I will take the seeds, and if I don't know which ones they are, I'll identify them from having the pepper there that's dried, and I will identify them and then put the seeds in a little packet and put the name on them, and then put them somewhere cool for the winter, unless I plan on growing some during the winter. And that's basically what I do in order to save most of my seeds. I have in the past used paper towels. Oh, so good. I have used paper towels, but I have found that, and if that's all you have, use that. I did it for a long time. You just sometimes will run into the issue of the seeds sticking to the paper and having to pull the seeds off, especially if they're small. So you might want to invest in a $1 package of wax paper or some parchment paper or something like that from your local Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, any place like that, and make it easier for yourself to be able to save seeds for the next season. And I wanted to show you, this is what I gathered the other day. I have some peppers, they were green and they're starting to turn. I'm probably going to take these and make fried green tomatoes this evening. I still have some tomatoes. I'll throw them in a salad today. Some of the bigger peppers, like these, I may put in salads also. The smaller tomato may become green, fried green tomatoes, just something to throw in there. And then of course I just have a lot of these other peppers that I'm not sure if they're hot or not, and I'm not sure if I want to try, because the last time everything burned. Everything caught on fire. My tongues, my eyes, everything. And of course we have these little teeny ones. My focus is not working right on my camera today, and I don't know why, but I wanted to show you, give you an idea. This is a harvest between two separate harvests. So yes, I have a very tiny garden this year. Hey y'all, this is Margo. It's gonna be slicing and dicing this video to be able to put it together, because I've got it in so many parts, and I can't find my original first video. So this video here is going to be telling you about how it's a collaboration with Britton Farms Homestead, and they are doing a preserving video. And with that preserving video, I was talking about how when I first started, I preserved my apples, and I made apple chips in my dehydrator. You can see here, I took and sliced them, stuck them in my dehydrator. It took forever because I had to keep cutting it off. That may be something that I end up having a problem with. I'm very new to using it, so we'll see how it goes. Here I have peppers, a bunch of peppers that I had bought from a local grocery store, Kroger, and they had a bunch of them on sale. So I took them and I laid them in there, and they smell absolutely amazing. Oh my God, it's so good. It smells good enough to be able to like just throw a bunch of them into a stir fry right now, and they would be amazing. And now I have bananas that I am freezing as well as dehydrating. I showed you in the previous part of this video about how I was cutting them up and put them in there. I ended up with 3 trays of sliced videos, and I have a full tray of 5 or 6 whole bananas that I'm freezing to be able to use for homemade ice cream, a healthier version of homemade ice cream. It's really good. Yes, it's a little bit higher on the carbs. It's for anybody that's carb conscious, and also, I don't know if I discussed this in part of my video earlier or my video from yesterday, but I talked about how much I hate scales, and I really need to hide my scale. And that yesterday when I weighed myself, I was 211 point something at my daughter-in-law's house, 212 when I came home. This morning when I weighed myself, pajama pants, barefoot, and a t-shirt, and I weighed 207.6. Now, something is froggy there. I don't know what it is, but I will stick with the 207. At least for now, and then we'll see how that goes. I am trying to go longer periods of time without eating, doing the intermittent fasting, at least a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. But for this video, this is for you, Britton Farms Homestead, and it's Together We Preserve is the hashtag, and make sure you include that, and she will include all your videos on a playlist so you can go to her page and see all the different homesteads that have created videos for this subject. And I think it's one of the biggest and best subjects that we should really talk about. We all have favorite preservation methods, and there's so many out there, but we need to all get together and have them somewhere where it's like a library, so that you can view all your different favorite homesteads and see what they do and how they do it to preserve their favorite foods, or do some of their favorite ways of preserving. Like part of this video includes about saving seeds. One of my favorite things that I enjoy doing, especially if for some reason a plant doesn't do well during part of the for that year, and it only produces a couple fruits, I might eat one, and then the rest of them I'll take the seeds out and I will preserve them for the next year. That way I have more chances of having more plants. Maybe start them a little bit earlier, be able to plan a little bit better to figure out what I can do to make the plants be healthier, stronger, and do better. So that should be everything for this video. Thank you for this opportunity to join you with this collaboration, and I hope that you've enjoyed my video showing you what I do with preserving multiple different vegetables and fruits and seed saving. Together we preserve. Hashtag y'all. Hashtag it. Thanks for being here, y'all, and just always remember, everything goes 1 second, 1 breath, 1 day at a time. Do that and life will be good, 1 day at a time. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell, y'all, and like my video. Thanks for being here. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.